We're here with the former two-division champion of the world, Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi, also one of the best commentators in the world. Paulie, tonight, first of all, you are calling Broner Taylor, right?
Yeah. I'm
now,
that time.
Is there anything weird about covering a fight, having to call a fight with a guy that you had some?
No. You know, because it was all part of the sport. It was all competition, and it's all done and over with. So I'm just keeping it professional, and I enjoy calling the fights, including fights from my former opponents. So it's really a token to the kind of level I was fighting at. And fighting guys that are still at this level. So it's all good for me. I enjoy working the fights, and I'll be enjoying calling the fight tonight.
Do you expect Adrian to be focused for this fight, or because he's so talented he might be overlooking Emmanuel Taylor?
I think Adrian will be focused, but I also think Emmanuel Taylor is a guy who shouldn't be underestimated. He's a young guy, 23 years old. He's had a pretty good career considering he hasn't had the most powerful people backing him. He still managed to get this far. So I expect a pretty good fight. When you're 23 years old and you're at this point, you're a hungry guy still. You haven't achieved everything you wanted to. So it's a rare moment where Adrian is fighting a guy younger than him. I think they'll both be hungry. I think they both want to have a lot to prove in their own mind, and I think it's a good fight.
What do you think Emmanuel will have to do to win?
I think he's a good technician. He's a good tactical fighter, as is Adrian. So I think we have a good little fight on our hands, because both guys are very good tactically, but they both kind of sometimes get stuck in the mud with their feet. So, you're going to see a lot. I think you'll see a lot of good little slips and slides, but at close range, and not a lot of movement around the ring. And I did notice the ring is small, so that's even less movement for them. So I think you'll get a good quality, talent boxing match, skill boxing match, but at close range.
Do you think that can work to Adrian's disadvantage if he stands in the pocket a little bit too much?
I don't think so, because I think neither Taylor nor Broner have the biggest work ethic in the ring as far as being busy. So I think it's really going to be a matter of picking their shots and finding the openings. They're both very good tactical fighters. I look forward to seeing what kind of fight unveils itself as they go along. What's up, man?
Are you interested to see if Adrian Broner is an improved fighter from when you fought him tonight?
Really, the one thing that sticks out with Adrian is he's just not busy enough sometimes. And what I mean by busy is he's not consistently with the same output throughout the fight. I think sometimes Adrian misunderstands himself what it means to be busy, and sometimes he'll put together a 12-punch combination, but then he won't punch for about 35 seconds after that, So I don't think you need to put 10, 12-punch combinations together, but even if you put 2 and 3 together, and you just do it consistently, ones and twos, and threes and fours, back to ones and twos, as long as it's a consistent, well-balanced attack, you can keep your opponent off balance. So I think it's more to do with that, and hopefully Adrian understands that that's what people mean by him being more busy, and not what we do see from Adrian, where he'll put together a beautiful 15-punch combination, whether it lands or not, nice and speed, mixing the barrier, and then he won't go into the punch for about 40 seconds. That's what you don't want to see from Adrian. So we'll see if he can balance it out a little bit better tonight.
Why do you think Adrian does that? Why does he have those lows? Is it psychological? Does he not like to get into exchanges?
Yeah, maybe it could be a little bit of both. We'll see. I don't know if we'll ever get a clear answer. We just kind of got to investigate it ourselves and see if he improves it or not.
Now, obviously, you're calling the fight, so you can't pick a winner, but you do think it is going to be competitive.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close fight. I really think the main event tonight is a close fight.
Now, thank you for your time so far, Paulie. Last 2 questions for you. Matisse, if he is able to win tonight and Broner is able to win tonight, what kind of a fight do you think that would produce?
It's going to be a good fight, but I have my doubts about it happening.
Thank you. And also, next week is Mayweather-Maidana. Who would you have to give the edge to in that fight?
I think it's a close fight. I'm curious. I feel like Floyd knows what he has to do to make the adjustments. I want to see if Floyd's gotten too old and can still make those adjustments. But I think he knows what he has to do. It's a question of at 37 if he can make those adjustments, because Maidana will come hungry again.
Thank you so much for your time, Paulie. Always wish you the best. Thank you, champ.
Thanks, man.